Let me tell you something profound. Your life is a precious gift, a treasure beyond measure. But, like any treasure, it must be protected. There are aspects of your life, my dear friends, that you must guard with unwavering vigilance. And today we will explore 5 things you should never share with. These are the keys to preserving your integrity, safeguarding your dreams, and ensuring your success. Now pay close attention, because what I'm about to share with you is not just information, it's revelation. It's not just knowledge, it's wisdom, and wisdom, my friends, is the currency of greatness. Your dreams are your visions, the thing you must protect, the cause of your dreams. Your dreams and visions are the blueprint of your destiny. They are the seeds of your future, so plant them deep within the soil of your soul. But here's the truth that many people don't understand. Not everyone deserves to know your dreams. Why? Because your dreams are fragile. They need nurturing, protection, and the right environment to grow. In their infancy, they need nurturing, protection, and the right environment to grow. If you share your dreams prematurely, you expose them to the harsh winds of criticism, doubt, and negativity. Imagine you have a seed of the rarest, most beautiful flower in the world. Would you plant it in dry, rocky soil? In dry, rocky soil? Would you expose it to scorching heat before it has even sprouted? Of course not. You would carefully nurture it. You would provide it with the right conditions and protect it until it was strong enough to withstand the elements. Dreams are like seeds. Like that rare flower, they are unique to you, a gift from the Creator himself. When you share them too soon, you risk having them trampled on by people who don't understand, or worse, those who are jealous of your potential. You may remember a young man who came to me, his eyes bright with ambition. He told me of his dream to revolutionize education in his country. It was a beautiful vision, one that could change countless lives. But he made the mistake of sharing it with everyone he met. Change countless lives. But he made the mistake of sharing it with everyone he met. Instead of enthusiasm, his ideas were met with skepticism, and his ideas were ridiculed. His passion was dimmed by the constant barrage of. Don't make that mistake, my friends. Nurture your dreams in the fertile soil of your own mind. Water them with your determination, and let them grow. Give them strong roots before you expose them to the world. Remember, the mighty oak doesn't announce its presence when it grows silently and steadily until one day it stands tall, unshakable for all to see. Your personal struggles are the second thing you must guard closely. Are your personal struggles. Now, what some of you are maybe thinking, isn't it good to open up and be vulnerable? And yes, there is a time and a place for vulnerability, but your personal struggles are not for public consumption. In this age of oversharing, we've lost the art of discretion. We've forgotten the power of privacy. Your struggles, your battles, your moments of weakness. These are sacred. They are the forge in which your character is shaped, the fire that refines your spirit. When you broadcast your struggles to the world, you invite unnecessary opinions and judgments. Sometimes exploitation. Not everyone who listens to your problems has your best interests at heart. Some may use others may use your vulnerabilities against you, offer misguided advice, or simply not. Moreover, constantly talking about your problems can reinforce them in your mind. It can make them seem bigger and more insurmountable than they are. Instead of finding solutions, you find yourself stuck in a loop of complaint and self-pity. A woman who was going through a difficult divorce shared every detail of her pain with anyone who would listen, and soon her personal life became public gossip. Detail with anyone who would listen. Soon, her personal life became public gossip. People took sides, gave unsolicited advice, and some even took advantage of her vulnerable state. It should have been. A private process of healing and growth became a public spectacle, which only added to her distress. Learn from her mistake. Be selective about whom you share your struggles with. Choose wisely. My friends, be selective about whom you share your struggles with. Choose wisely. A trusted mentor, a close friend, or a professional counselor are the people who can offer genuine support. Remember, your struggles are part of your journey, not your destination. They are the chapters of your story that are still being written. Don't let the world read your unfinished draft. Wait until you've overcome, until you've learned the lesson. Only then share your story as a testimony of triumph and as inspiration to others who may be facing similar challenges, financial or otherwise. The third thing you must keep close to your chest is your financial status. Money, my friends, is a tool, not an end in itself, but in our world, it has become a means to an end. Trophy, it's a means to an end, not the end itself. But in our world, money has taken on a significance far beyond its true value. It's become a measure of success, a symbol of envy and judgment. When you openly share your financial status, you open yourself up to a world of complications. If you're doing well financially, you may attract the wrong kind of attention. People may start to see you differently, not for who you are, but for what you have. You may find yourself surrounded by fake friends and opportunists, people who are interested in your wallet rather than your character. On the other hand, if you're struggling financially, sharing this information can lead to people judging you. If you're struggling financially, sharing this information can lead to unnecessary stress and judgment. People may start to question your abilities, work ethic, or decisions. They may offer unsolicited advice or, worse, take advantage of your situation. I remember a young entrepreneur who had just secured funding for his startup. In his excitement, he shared the news with everyone, even posting about it. Significant investment for his startup. In his excitement, he shared the news with everyone, even posting about it online. Soon, he was inundated with requests for loans, investment opportunities, and can't-miss business. Proposals from people who had never given him the time of day suddenly became his best friends. The pressure and distraction nearly derailed his business before it had even properly started. Your financial journey is personal. It's a matter between you, your family, and your financial advisors. It's not for public knowledge or discussion. Whether you're a millionaire or struggling to make ends meet, it's best to keep that information private. Instead of focusing on the numbers in your bank account, focus on developing financial wisdom. Learn to manage your resources. Invest wisely in your future and give generously, but discreetly. Remember, true wealth is not about how much you have, but how well you use what you have. In the words of Lee, wealth makes many. Baba P.O. is separated from his neighbor. Don't let your financial status, don't let it define your relationships or your self-worth. Keep it private and let your character, not bank balance, should be the measure of your success. Your next big move in the game of life is to protect The fourth thing you must fiercely protect is your next big move in the game of life. Strategy is everything, and a key part of strategy is the element of surprise. When you broadcast your next move, you lose that strategic advantage. Think about it. Move to the world. You lose that strategic advantage. Think about it. It's like the grand masters in chess who don't announce their strategies before making a move. A move in business. Companies don't reveal their expansion plans until they're ready to execute them. They don't share their playbook with their why. Because knowledge is power, and prematurely sharing that knowledge can weaken your position. When you share your next big move before you're ready, you give others the opportunity to interfere, compete, or discourage you. You also put unnecessary pressure on yourself. Once you've announced your plans, you feel obligated to follow through, even if circumstances change or better opportunities arise. I once mentored a brilliant young woman who had plans to launch an AAL health app. She was so excited about her idea that she couldn't help but share it with everyone she met, talking about it at networking events and sharing details on her. She even discussed it with potential competitors. By the time she was ready to launch, she found that someone else had beaten her to market with a similar product. Premature sharing had cost her the. Don't make the same mistake. Keep your plans close to your chest. Work on them in silence. Keep them to yourself, and let your actions speak louder than your words. There's a power in the hushed moments of planning and strategizing. Remember, your silence is golden. It thrives in the quiet determination of a focused mind. Your next big move should be like a thunderclap, sudden and powerful, impossible to ignore. Don't let it be a mere whisper, lost in the noise of a premature announcement. This doesn't mean you should never seek advice or input. By all means, consult with trusted mentors and seek guidance from experts in your field. But be selective about what you share and with whom. Choose your confidants wisely, and always maintain an element of mystery about your future. In the words of the ancient proverb, even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. So, be wise, my friends. Keep your next big move a secret until you're ready to unveil it to the world. Let your success be your announcement. Your innermost fears are the fifth and final thing you must guard with all your might. Guard with all your might are your innermost fears. Your fears, my friends, are like a map of your vulnerabilities, pointing directly to the areas where you can be most easily manipulated, discouraged, or defeated. In this world, not everyone has your best interests at heart. When you openly share your deepest fears, you're essentially handing over the keys to your psychological kingdom. You're giving others the power to influence your decisions, shake your confidence, and steer you away from your true path. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying you should never. Acknowledging your fears is crucial for personal growth. But there's a vast difference between acknowledging your fears to yourself or a trusted confidant and broadcasting them to the world at large. Your fears are they are personal and are often rooted in your past experiences, your upbringing, and your unique perspective on the world. When you share them indiscriminately, you invite misunderstanding and misinterpretation. People who haven't walked in your shoes may not understand. They may dismiss your fears as irrational or trivial, or others may use this knowledge to manipulate you, either consciously or unconsciously. I once knew a talented artist who was afraid of public. He shared this fear openly, thinking it would help him overcome it. But instead, well-meaning friends and family members constantly tried to push him into speaking engagements, thinking they were helping him face his fear. But that constant pressure only intensified his anxiety. It nearly caused him to abandon his art altogether. Your fears are not for public consumption. There are personal challenges for you to overcome in your own time and in your own way. When you keep your fears private, you maintain control over your growth process. We can work on overcoming them without the added pressure of public expectation or judgment. However, when you refrain from voicing your fears, you prevent them from gaining more power than they deserve. Remember, what you focus on expands. When you constantly talk about your fears, you're giving them center stage in your life. You're feeding them. Instead of focusing on fear, focus on courage. Courage, my friends, is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The quiet resolve to move forward. Despite the trembling, it is the silent determination to grow, to challenge yourself, to become more than you were yesterday. In the privacy of your own mind, acknowledge facing your fears is important, but don't let them define you. Let them become public knowledge. Your journey of overcoming fears is a sacred one. It's a personal battle. One day, it will become a testimony to your strength and resilience. Words of wisdom. The wise say that the fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord shall be. Put your trust in something bigger than your fears. Believe in your potential, your ability to grow and overcome. Let that belief be louder than your fears. Reference these 5 things: your dreams and visions, your personal struggles, your financial status, your next big move, and your innermost fears. These are the sacred treasures of your life. Guard them well and protect them fiercely, for in doing so, you're preserving your power. You're maintaining your strategic advantage and ensuring your ability to grow and succeed on your own terms. Now, imagine a life where you're in full control of your narrative. Imagine a life where you're in full control of your narrative, where your dreams are nurtured in the fertile soil of your own determination, untainted by the doubts of others, where your struggles are faced with quiet dignity. Your growth could be hampered by unnecessary opinions, where your financial journey is your own, free from the judgments and expectations of others, where your next move comes as a powerful surprise, catching the world off guard with your brilliance, where your fears are faced in private and overcome through your own courage and resolve. That life, my friend, is within your grasp. It starts with understanding the power of privacy and the strength in silence. Friendship is within your grasp. It starts with understanding the power of privacy and the strength of silence. The wisdom of discretion. It begins with recognizing that not everything needs to be shared, and that there is immense power in what you choose to keep to yourself. It isn't about isolation. It's not about building walls or shutting yourself off from the world. No, it's about boundaries. It's about understanding that you have the right, indeed the responsibility, to protect the most valuable aspects of your life. Think of yourself as the curator of your own life's museum. You decide what goes on display and what remains in the vault. You choose what you share with the general public and what you reserve for special exhibitions. You have the power to control the narrative of your life. In this age of constant connectivity and oversharing, practicing discretion it's a revolutionary act, a declaration of self-respect, a statement that you value yourself and your journey enough to keep certain things secret. Oh, my friends, I challenge you today to become the guardian of your own potential, to be the protector of your dreams, the keeper of your struggles, the steward of your resources, the master of your moves, the conqueror of your fears. From this day forward, make a commitment to yourself. Commit to honoring the sacredness of your personal journey. Value privacy, practice discretion, and understand that not everything needs to be shared. Remember, the most powerful transformations often happen in the dark. Encourage the seed to break open, underground and hidden from view. Before the plant pushes through the soil, the butterfly undergoes this miraculous metamorphosis within the privacy of its cocoon. Your own growth and transformation deserve the same respect, the same protection. You leave here today, carrying this wisdom. Let it guide you, interactions, your decisions, and your way of moving through the world. Let it empower you. You to take control of your narrative and shape your life on your own terms. You are the author of your life story. You decide what goes on each page, what remains in the draft, and what never makes it to print. Exercise that power. Use it wisely to craft a life of purpose, integrity, and true success. Good luck. Remember, your life is your message to the world, so make sure it's inspiring. Make sure it's authentic. Make sure it's yours. The world is waiting for you, my friend. Your friends are waiting for the unique gift that only you can give, so guard it. Treasures, nurture them in private. And when the time is right, unleash them upon the world with all the force of your conviction and the power of your purpose. Upon the world, with all the force of your conviction and the power of your purpose. Let me tell you something profound. The journey doesn't end here. Oh no, my friends. This is just the beginning of a life lived with intention, with purpose, with the kind of wisdom that transforms not just your own life, but also the lives of those around you. You see, when you guard these 5 treasures, your dreams, your struggles, your finances, your next move, and your fears, you're not just protecting yourself. You're preserving your power to impact the world in ways you can't yet imagine. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, every world-changing event, every revolutionary idea, they all started as a carefully guarded seed in someone's mind. They were nurtured in private, protected from the harsh winds of criticism and doubt until they were strong enough to withstand any storm. It's not enough to simply guard these treasures. You must also cultivate them. You must turn to them with the care of a master gardener, nurturing them with your time, energy, and unwavering belief. Feed them with constant learning. Seek out knowledge every day. Read books, attend seminars, and surround yourself with people who inspire you. Reach higher. Your dreams are living things, my friends. They need nourishment. Face the struggles with courage, but also with seek solutions, not sympathy. When you encounter an obstacle, broadcast it to the world. See it as an opportunity to grow stronger and become more resilient. Remember that diamonds are formed under pressure. Your struggles are shaping you. Your finances need to be managed with discipline and foresight. Don't be swayed by the flashy lifestyles you see around you. True wealth is built quietly and steadily through wise decisions. Delay gratification. Learn about investing and creating multiple streams of income. Your financial future is in your hands, and it's too important to be left to chance. Plan your next move meticulously. Research, strategize, and consider all angles, but do so in silence. Let your actions, when you act, do so with such precision and power that the world has no choice but to take notice. Your fears, my friends, are perhaps your greatest teachers. Don't run from them, but don't parade them either. Face them in the quiet moments of your day and challenge them. Question them. Are they based on reality, or are they merely shadows cast by your doubts? Remember, courage is not the absence of fear, but triumphing over it. I want you to understand something crucial about this wisdom I'm sharing with you. It's not just about personal success. It's about becoming a person of influence, a force for good in this world. You see, when you guard these 5 treasures, when you cultivate them with care and intention, you're not just changing your own life. You're positioning yourself to change the world. You're becoming the kind of person who leads by example, who inspires others not just with words alone, but through the power of a life well lived. Imagine the impact you could have if you mastered this wisdom. Imagine the respect you would command, not because you demand it, but because you have earned it through your integrity, discretion, and quiet strength. You will become a safe haven, because you've earned it through your integrity, discretion, and quiet strength. You will become a safe haven for others. You will be a person of trust in a world that often lacks it. People will be drawn to you, not just for what you could give them materially, but for the wisdom you embody and the strength you exude. What you could give them materially, but for the wisdom you embody, the strength you exude, and the success you have achieved itself, without you having to say a word. And when you do speak, people will listen because they know your words are backed by a life of purpose and intention. This, my friends, is true success. Listen, because they know your words are backed by a life of purpose and intention. This, my friends, is true leadership, not about titles or positions. This is true influence, not about titles or positions. It's about becoming the kind of person that others naturally want to follow and emulate. Let me warn you, this path is not an easy one. In a world that celebrates oversharing and glorifies instant gratification and constantly pushes you to reveal everything about yourself, choosing discretion can feel like swimming against the tide. There will be times when you'll be tempted to share your dreams prematurely, to broadcast your struggles for sympathy, to flaunt your finances for validation, to announce your moves for attention, or to voice your fears for comfort. Remember that your power lies in your ability to choose wisdom over impulse and long-term growth over short-term gratification. Your ability to choose wisdom over impulse, to choose long-term growth over short-term gratification, and to choose integrity over popularity. Every time you make that choice, you're not just guarding your treasures, you're building your character and strengthening your resolve, and you're becoming more of who you were meant to be. It's a beautiful, paradoxically, the more you guard these 5 treasures, the more you'll have to give to the world, because rather than depleting your resources through careless sharing, you're amplifying them through careful cultivation. Your dreams will become so compelling that they inspire others to dream bigger. Your way of handling struggles with quiet dignity. You will give others the courage to face their own challenges. Your financial wisdom, applied consistently over time, will position you to be a blessing to others. Your strategic moves, executed with precision, with open doors not just for you, but for those around you, your conquered fears will become a testament to what's. This will encourage others to push past their own limitations. This, my friends, is the power of strategic silence and wise discretion. It's not about hiding or being secretive. It's about understanding the value of what you possess and treating it with respect. It deserves it. It's about recognizing that not everything needs to be shared. There's strength in holding back, in keeping something sacred. In this age of constant noise and incessant chatter, silence becomes a superpower. The ability to keep your own counsel and move with purpose. Fanfare, to grow without needing constant validation. These are the hallmarks of a truly empowered. I challenge you today to become the master of your own narrative, the guardian of your potential, the wise steward of your own story, of your own narrative, to be the guardian of your potential, and to be the wise steward of your life's most precious treasures. From this day forward, make a commitment to yourself, a commitment to honor the sacredness of your personal journey, a commitment to value privacy, and a commitment to practice discretion, and to understand that your power often lies in what you choose not to share. Remember, the most profound transformations happen in silence. The sea breaks open underground, and the butterfly undergoes its miraculous metamorphosis hidden from view. Hidden from view, the plant pushes through the soil, and the butterfly undergoes its miraculous metamorphosis. Your own growth and transformation deserve the same. Respect this protection as you move forward from this moment. Carry this wisdom with you and let it guide your interactions, decisions, and way of moving through the world. Let it empower you to take control of your life. Guide your interactions, your decisions, and your way of moving through the world. Let it empower you to take control of your narrative, shaping your life on your own terms. Remember, you are the author of your life. You decide what goes on each page, what remains in the draft, and what never. Exercise that power wisely, using it to craft a life of purpose, of integrity and true success. Embrace it as you go. Remember, your life is your message to the world, so make sure it's authentic. Make sure it's yours. The world is waiting for you, my friends. It's waiting for your unique gift that only you can give. So guard your treasures well and nurture them in private. When the time is right, unleash them upon the world with all the force of your conviction and the power of your. A new future is bright. Your potential is limitless, and your greatest chapters are yet to be written. So go for it and write them well, pen in hand. The story is yours to tell. Remember, the story is yours to tell. You're not just writing it for yourself. You're writing it for every life you'll touch, every heart you'll inspire, and every mind you'll open to new possibilities. By guarding your treasures and cultivating them with care, you're not just building your own future, you're creating a legacy. A legacy. Think about the great men and women throughout history who changed the world. They didn't do it by sharing every thought, every plan, every fear. They did it by focusing intensely on their purpose and by guarding their vision until it was ready to be unveiled to the world. You have that same potential within you. You have the power to be a force for good and leave an indelible mark on this world. But it starts with understanding the value of what you possess and treating it with the reverence it deserves. Also, go forth from here with a new perspective. See your dreams, your struggles, your resources, and your strategies, and even your fears, as the raw materials with which you will craft a significant life. Guard them, nurture them, and use them wisely. Are you patient with yourself? Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither is a life of purpose and impact. Every day, with every choice you make, you're either moving closer to your potential or further away from it. Choose wisely. Choose with intention. Remember, my friends, success leaves clues. Look at the lives of those who have made a real difference in the world, and you'll find that they all share this common trait. They understood the power. They understood the power of discretion, the strength of silence, and the wisdom of waiting for the right moment. You are not just anyone. You are a unique creation with a specific purpose and gifts that only you can give to the. Honor that uniqueness by guarding it fiercely and nurturing it consistently. Unleash it strategically. The world doesn't need another copy, another echo. It needs your voice, your vision, and your values, but it needs them to be fully developed. And that development happens in the quiet moments, the unseen hours, and the private victories that no one else witnesses. So embrace this wisdom. Let it sink into your bones and become part of you, of who you are. Let it guide you in the small decisions and the big ones. Let it be the foundation upon which you build a life of true significance. Watch in amazement as your life begins to take on new dimensions of meaning and purpose. Watch your influence grow, not through self-promotion, but through the undeniable power of a life well lived. Without standing at the threshold of greatness, my friends, the path before you is clear. Guard your treasures, nurture your potential, and when the time is right, step into your destiny with confidence, purpose, and unshakable knowledge that you are prepared for this moment. The road is waiting. Your time is now. Go forth and shine, for in your light, others will find their way. Your journey of impact and influence begins today, with this commitment to wisdom, discretion, and purposeful living. Of impact and influence begins today, with this commitment to wisdom, discretion, and purposeful living. Remember, you are not just living for today. You are building for tomorrow. Every choice you make, every secret you keep, every struggle you overcome in private, it's all part of a greater story. A story of triumph, purpose, and a life well lived. Write that story well, my friends, and write it with courage, wisdom, and intention. Kind of intentionality that changes not just your life, but the lives of generations to come. Measy awaits your impact is imminent. Your time is now. Forth and make your mark on the world, not with noise, but with substance. Not with haste, but with purpose. Not with fear, but with unwavering faith in the unique gift that only you can give.